Welcome back to Irish Outlaw Garage, or like we would like to call around here, what can go wrong absolutely will go wrong, because I can't just have something that's easy. I've got a month, which ain't bad. I've got a month to get this 67 Buick GS340 ready for duct tape drags. And no, again, if you saw the other video, she's not going to be a trailer queen. We're driving it. Me and my oldest son are driving her down there. And we're camping, by the way, if you're all going to be down there. But I got a few parts in. Some of them I'm still waiting on. I got a fuel tank. I got other things. But let me show you what I'm dealing with now. And stop looking at my tooth I lost. It's just a crown. It's gone. Hopefully I can get it replaced before we leave for Arizona. That'd be great, because I don't need to look any more white trash hillbilly than I already do. Stop looking at it. So what me and this Buick have a failure to communicate with is I took the fuel pump off right there. Okay, see the timing chain? Yeah, I stuck my finger down in there. I'll use a screwdriver, see if I can get it so y'all can see it good. There you go. That's not good. That's mostly bad. That is awful. So, while I'm waiting on tank parts, got the tank. While I'm waiting on my tank parts, I got a few other things I can do. I've been looking at seats because I want to be comfortable. I'm getting old. You know, I drive for a living. I don't want to go from comfortable to so I got all that stuff on order. That turns into another can of worms. Do I get an oil pump since I got the timing cover off, and blah 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 blah. Can't never just be something easy. Great. Now, even though this is a pain in my ass, let me show. I love old cars. Look how simple this is. Timing chain and gaskets and everything, that's all a maintenance item. And they've made it, Buick made it pretty easy. Kind of like the AMC, you just move everything off and it just comes out. Now this is the problem, but I think I can get it right out with the wrong tools. Well, we'll see. But if I had the parts, this would probably be done in just a couple hours. But let me see if I can get that thing off there. That sucker. Oh, there we go. The little clip fell off. Finally, can get that out. Christ. That's been on there a while. Damn. Don't look like I need a new one. It's just clean up is what it needs. And that and that. Then how much of a bear are you gonna be? I don't think these are pressed. Oh yeah, she comes right out. The idea is don't hit this part that's on rubber. Don't hit it. Even though I just beat it to death with it. Buick. Oh yeah, I gotta find a new one of these too. Yep, that's bad. So Buick on the front, like a lot of old school cars, on the rear of the engine, on your rear main, they had a rope seat. And that would be the same fact within the front of the Buick. You can see it's got the grooves and the, you know, it's almost like a you know, a file. And that rope seal sits on there. But the one I ordered, they put a cap over that, and it's a rubber seal, because I'm awful at rope seals. I'm not even going to attempt to put a rope seal on it. But this thing's garbage anyway. We're going to have to get a new one. So this is another thing that I'm kind of glad I found. It's unfortunate, not money I wanted to spend on anything, but got to do what you got to do, boys. Girls, dogs and cats, unicorns. So yeah, She's pretty nasty. The gear looks good though. I don't see any problem there. See how this side's nice and snug? This side is, I can't believe it wasn't hitting anything. But fuel pump eccentric looks great. Cam gear looks great. These are just like, almost identical to a 304, or you know, an AMC engine. But these gaskets were short. This one was leaking. I can see that. So anyway, that's about as far as I can go with it, but at least I got it apart and ready for the new parts. Oh yeah, these are just like an AMC. You know, drives through there. Oh, yeah. Shoot. I think I'll get a new fuel or oil pump. Damn it. While I'm in here, might as well. See, this has that rope seal in it. I don't know if it'll clean up well enough for y'all to see it, but yeah, there's a rope seal. And we're doing away with that for sure. Okay. Got to get some parts on order. Well, all my parts are ordered, including a new harmonic balancer. Boy, they're pretty proud of those for a Buick. Hopefully, it's the right one. Should be. I hope. If not, well, then we'll send it back, because it didn't really look like this, but it says that it calls for this car. I've checked a bunch of different sites. So anyway, on to other things. Hey, it's the next day. I had to take a break. The car had me pissed off. I needed to go. So we went all out to eat and shopping and, you know, spent money in a little bit better way. But I did get all the parts ordered. They'll all be here, but it's going to be the middle of the week. It's a Buick. You know, they ain't just sitting on the you know, the parts store shelves like everything else. So we got them on order, but there's things we can do in the meantime. So let me show you a few. There's our new tank. I believe this is for up to a 66 Skylark. And it'll fit. It's the same thing that was in it, and the straps will be the same. Everything will work because I got new straps. But if I went for the actual GS, it didn't come with a damn spouty thing. So I found this one. Jags had it. Went searching, $129. Yeah, but if I bought the kit, it was like $240 or something like that. Well, I already had the sending unit, I already have the straps, so 129 bucks. Now, as you can see, it's primer gray, and this is what I'm going to spray it with. I'm going to put an undercoating on top of that because I know that trunk is going to leak, and I'd like it to have some kind of a rubber barrier, you know, something protecting it, because, you know, it needs protection, just like anything else. But I'll either do that or I'll have Zeppy come out here and do that. But I got the sending unit to be in today. Went with the single line 3/8 because I don't have a return line. So yeah, and there we go. Just one coat, be fine. I just wanted to give it something a little extra than just paint. And the bottom side, I'll probably just wait till it's in the car and I'll with some, you know, that X2, 2X, whatever, Rust-Oleum stuff. So yeah, we'll let that dry off and get to work on some other stuff. So while we're waiting on parts to come in, so I can put that in and for that to dry, this here is for your boat. It is a stereo compartment that is completely sealed. That way, you know, when you start doing Dukes of Hazzard stuff and your friend's beer, not yours, your friend's beer starts flying everywhere, it protects your stereo. But I'm gonna bolt that right there, okay? And I'm gonna run speakers everywhere. This will not be in the way of anything, and all I got is two little holes that I can drill through on this dash that's already, you know, it's had its day. But yeah, I'm gonna bolt that right there. We're gonna have us tunes. I got some Boss speakers. That was about $22 on Amazon, and I got some Boss box speakers that'll fit on the back dash and or under your seat. So if they work good, I may just get another set. They're like $25. And a 20 $23 stereo from, I think I got it at AutoZone. I don't need a CD player, you just need Bluetooth. So I'm gonna stick that in, get it all together. I'm not gonna show you how to put a stereo in, guys, but I don't know, I'll show you what's going on after. Yep. God dang genius. Look at that. All the leg room in the world. And that sucker is in there. It's nice and tight. There's only 2 screws. I just got to tighten these up, but I got to take that back off. All the wiring in there went good. The only thing about this box is it does not have an auxiliary wire out. It has your positive, your negative, but it doesn't have an auxiliary. You know, one that pulls power in for the whole time to keep its memory and stuff. So I had to finagle one in there. But other than that, it went in fairly easy for 20 bucks and 20 bucks. Come on. Now I'm just going to wire in the speakers and the power. And the idea is now I can just take those 2 bolts out of there. I can put this in any car I want. Say I want to take the Cutlass for a while. Oh, well, I'll just grab this and plug it in. A couple speakers. There we go. Still doing it cheaper than, you know, and you'll be able to hear it instead of just a Bluetooth speaker. But I like having a physical stereo. Now, no CD player, but who uses CDs anymore? I sure don't. So, yeah, I just got to wire in speakers. I just got to mount it, but I got 2 more speakers coming. That's it. So, yeah. These are just a couple of boat speakers that I had laying around. I thought I'd try it with 4 speakers set up, and it sounds friggin' awesome. All the power works good. The wiring of the speakers I'm just twisting together. I wanted to test it. But now she's ready to mount, and then I can just get wires ran under the carpet to the back. And those are Box speakers. But I can't believe it, but I found some Pioneers. That's right, I got some Pioneer backdash speakers that are going to go in here. Relatively inexpensive, but I'll put those in the back up here. So, and look at these beauties. I just stuck them on. Those were bought on Amazon. Got one on this side and one on this side. Those are dual sport mirrors. They're left and right, and they actually went right in where the other one was. Unreal. It's perfect. They work perfectly. Like I said, Amazon, I think I paid 35 bucks. Yeah, got Mexican on it and Spanish and all kinds of things. I'm sure they're made in China. Made in China? Made in Taiwan. That's better than China. But anyway, that came in today, and so did my sending unit. So I'm going to get this put in the tank. We're going to start putting the tank in the old girl. Okay, well, I did find out something. These I got in, they're ready to go, but I figured out why this board was in there. This whole thing moves up. This board's not in there, it comes down. That sucker, this whole side is rotten, so I'm gonna stick that back up in there just to give it something to sit on when you get weight. And I'm gonna look in, I think I am gonna look into getting a new trunk floor for this, because everything else on this car is in great shape underneath. Unless, you know, I'll spray some spray foam up in there, it'll kind of help it to stay. But I'm gonna run a couple screws down through this floor so it sits on that wood. Okay? Yeah, that's about the only way I'm gonna be able to do it for now. There we go. Gotcha, mofo. Like such. Shooting sparks by fuel tank. Ain't got no safety gear, damn it. Stand. Yeah, put these in here and that little piece of wood underneath. That keeps that, when this starts to sink and it'll settle, it'll land on the frame. It won't go no further than that. But putting that tank in there solid made this more solid, and that's not good. But it is what it is. So there's my big bad tank. I think it's a 21.4 gallon. It's bigger than the original. Not sure, but yeah, see here, this is the problem. It hits, but I think the light will catch it. I think it'll catch it good enough. I don't know. If we have to, what it's hitting is this right here. If we have to, we'll eliminate that and it'll shut further. Not a big deal. Yeah, it got clearance. That way that ain't hitting. Now, I'll just get my lines all cleaned out again, spray them out. I bought more brake clean. I'll spray all those out, then I'll get this back end set up, get the electric on it, get everything right, and then, you know, we can't really run it, but we can make sure everything's new, the line, all that stuff. So, whoo, here we go. Hey, welcome back. Now it's a few days later. Matter of fact, it's way past later. It's Thursday. Ain't exactly the best thing whenever you're off work, because, you know, I don't get these parts for free. So I have to somehow pay for these. It's just how it goes. That's trucking. So anyway, we got some things to do. So we got to get this timing chain swapped out, and I thought I'd double check, you know, while I'm here, about how bad it really is. I want you to keep an eyeball on that there chain. Yeah. Look at that. Wait till it gets to a cylinder. Yeah, I'd say that is exceptionally bad. I mean, I think I could get another 100K out of that. Easy. So I'm gonna give that thing around, get the dots lined up, and we'll get that changed out. After I get it off, you know, I'll clean up the block and stuff. But something else that came. So I got the gasket kit right, and of course I've got the wrong gasket that goes on the pan. Everything else is correct, except for that. So, goop it is. Well, we got to get this timing cover cleaned up, because I do have the timing chain and gear set on, and it's time to clean this thing up before we rebuild that oil pump. I'm gonna hit her with some super clean. Yep, best thing on the market. All right, seals in, oil pump's in, not torqued though. I just got this in there and just kind of hand tightened it, but you want to make sure. Take a screwdriver and just make sure she turns free, and it sounds and feels good. Looks good to me. Well, she's in there, but what if I told you there's probably a 125% chance that I'm gonna have to do this again? Why? Well, you have to pull the pan to do this, and well, I couldn't fight it well enough. So this little bit right here goes underneath the timing cover. But just like the Javelin, last year, I could not get it to work without pulling the pan. The problem with pulling the pan, you only have to do like a little bit is how they show it, but this ain't ever been open, so that pan gasket's just gonna, it's gonna break and fall. It's done. As soon as you let it loose, it's gonna leak. Well, then you got a whole new can of worms. So I'm gonna do the same damn thing that I did in the Javelin on last year's Power Tour, and it never leaked. I just used black silicone on the front. I know I usually am against that, but right now I got to try it because I want to make sure this thing's good to go. Then if I have to pull the pan, if I got time, I will. Otherwise I'm going to leave it like that. I know it's stupid, But, you know, redneck shade treeing, get it back on the road. That's all we're doing. So, downside of owning a Buick. That harmonic balancer is a tough one to find. I actually ordered one. Nope, it was wrong. But I think we'll be okay. I'll keep looking. You know, it's an easy thing to change. They're not pressed on. They just kind of slide in. So we get to try that. And then, you know, I used a complete torque wrench to put that in. Torque just fine. Shut up! So I may have fibbed a little bit. But not really. I said I was going to leave this thing points, but I got to looking for points distributors and how much they were, and you know, then you don't know and all that. So I bought an electronic ignition. This is from CRT Performance. I've used them a lot. They're right there on eBay. And it's a short cap or a small cap HEI. Small cap HEI, you have to, because I actually bought a big cap, like a regular HEI. It won't fit. So I ate that one. But they gave me a pretty good deal on that. It's billet. It's the exact same thing you're going to get from Summit and James, y'all. Same thing. Probably Chinesium. I don't care. Let me get this in there. I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, I was working real good, and then all of a sudden the allergies kicked in, and now I feel like shit. I mean, bad. You can hear it in my voice. It just like all of a sudden. But I didn't stop working. I kept going. So let me show you what I've done. Yep, distributor's in, plug wires are in. I had multicolors, so I thought, why not? Did notice something. This bolt right here will not tighten. I had to put a bigger bolt in it so it hit more threads. I don't know about that. We'll have to see. But it's coming together. I got all the plug wires on. I just got to run some power. I'll just run a test lead for now. Make sure I got 12 volts to the coil. This setup did come with a coil, but I'm going to leave the MSD one on there, see how it does. Same thing, so. But I already had that one, and if I can bring that one with, that's a spare. So anyway, guys, I may get back to this today, or I may not. I may be done. I feel like shit. I mean, it come all of a sudden. Next time you see me, it'll be the weekend. It's Thursday now, so it'll be the weekend. See you in a bit. Hey guys, welcome back. It's about 2 days later, 3 days later. I'm running on NyQuil, DayQuil, and a whole lot of, you know, like a wing and a prayer, because I felt like crap. But anyway, let's just get at it, okay? Let me show you what's going on. Now I did get her running pretty good actually, but I didn't want to run it long because I don't have no water going in, I don't have nothing. But I did have to take the balancer back off, and that's because two of the bolts, these little old Buick bolts, they decided to break off at the head. So, you know, I figured that part out. And what I did was I put her on my little, you know, bench vise, and then I just kind of cut them with a cutter, and I put this little flathead on there, and they come right out. While I had them out, I just went ahead and rebuilt them all. Fan, everything, because I'm not going to find one of those at a price I can afford right now. And it seems to be fine. It's just the outside rubbers, you know, no, it's bad, but we're going to run it anyway. But everything's rebuilt that goes in the front of the engine. I did get some carpet for the trunk. There should be enough left over there that I can put over the top of that, you know, the back glass, the rear dash thing, because that's toast. And I need something on there because I got speakers to put on there. A couple things I grabbed. Grade 8 bolts. I got them a little bit longer with a lock washer, that way I don't have to put anything on them. But they're grade 8s. You can buy them at our local Rural King, I don't know, Farm and Fleet. You can buy, I don't know who all has them, but these are bulk. You just keep the same color in there. They just weigh them. I think that cost me $3 for all those. And here's our carpet. It's just a multi-purpose rug thing that it's, you know, not great, but it'll work. $22 at Rural King. This is the exact stuff that I used for carpet in Artemis. And it's a little dirty right now, but look at that. It actually matches the original carpet. And I still need to cut the back part out, but you get what I'm saying. It works, y'all. So we got everything's drying. Should be dry soon. As soon as it is, start putting this sucker back together. And I got new belts, new hoses. I may take a few things off and respray, like these little things, and I don't know why. I kind of wanted to leave it the way it is, but you know, going to the big show. Like, nope, I ain't touching it. So one thing I just did, I bought new fuel filters to put on this, as I didn't have any, and I did go and grab some last night, and I just put a new one on there, and that line's clear. I pulled that sucker out, and fuel just started spewing out of there. I mean, like waterfall. Well, here's the one I took off, and this one was on the car before I changed it, and it only ran for 15 minutes. Now when I turn this upside down, this fuel should just fly out of this thing. Now you're gonna see a little, and it'll go that way. Look at that. See the fuel sitting? Look at that. That was from running 15 minutes on that old tank. Yeah. That wouldn't have lasted long. That's how it goes. Amazing little thing. Yeah, it's hard to blow through. Yuck. That ain't 87, that's like 35. Just remember, when you're putting this harmonic balancer on, this one is not a pressed fit, so it just slides on and then the bolt holds it in there on the key. Just make sure you put something to lube that up. Regardless of the rope seal like this one was, just make sure you get something to lube that on. And I highly suggest you put a little bit on the inside. That helps it slide on a little easier. This thing does need replaced at some point, but for right now I think it's going to be okay, because almost $300, guys. Keep that in mind when you're working on a Buick. My God. Anyway, let me get this on there. Well, I made it through, got it all back together, relatively unscathed, but now I got to get the belts on, and then I have to find a full 12 volts to the coil, because right now it's just running on, I think, 8 something or 9 something. So anyway, on to that. Well, she's all together. One of the new belts I got didn't fit. I did not put the new hoses on yet, because I'm gonna flush this thing again. It was still dirty. I've rinsed out that radiator. I need to move this battery over. I'll figure out a way for that. I don't like where it's held down because I can't get to the ground, but that's, you know, my stupidity. But I do have the timing light set up, so if this thing takes off and it starts running, I'm gonna go ahead and time it while it's there. Made sure everything's full, but I'll check the oil real quick, check the transmission fluid because we leaked a bunch. Should be fine. And I put a few gallons of fuel in it again just to make sure it's got enough, but I know it does. Found out that I had the vent blocked off, so it kind of gargled air and blew up, and I pulled the cap off and right in my face. So I unplugged it. Whoops. All right, let me check that oil and let's see if this thing will fire off. Got to say, I did get a 12 volt, complete 12 volt to the coil, but can't tell you where I got it from. You know. So here's the situation. This thing runs fantastic. Doesn't overheat, got good oil pressure. Then I'm doing my checks for leaks, and yeah, she's leaking. oil, just like a waterfall, right off the timing cover. Not on the gasket, from the timing cover. Apparently, when I bolted this thing up, it must have been a little bit weak in a spot, and the bolt just kind of cracked it just enough where oil comes out. Whatever can and will go wrong will definitely f***ing go wrong at this garage. I'll get one on order. They ain't cheap. I guess I got other things to do. So here's the thing. That bolt that goes in that hole right there. Right there. If you look just above it, it is cracked right above that hole. Like we're looking right now, it's like to the northeast. And it goes all the way around to right there. That's where it cracked. And the bolt goes in there, and I'm not sure why it did that. I didn't crank them in there, but I'm gonna try to JB weld that. Otherwise I gotta order a new one, and they're about, once I get the pump cover and all that, you're talking $160, $175. But we're gonna try it. We're gonna try it. Can't say it's gonna work. I'll let you know, because it's kind of hard to hold the camera right here while I'm working on this piece of shit. All's well. See you in a bit. So I got the seats out. It's not that bad. Nope. One thing I am gonna do, I'm gonna try to suck all this out of this roof, because that sucks. I need to find a new, I may just put a cheapie on there for now. But let me get this all cleaned up better, and then I got a little shampooer I'm gonna run on it. And maybe try to clean this up, because I'm pretty sure this stuff turns black after you get that red. So, I don't know. I'm not gonna show you vacuum me the damn car. I'll get back with you in a bit. And it's a couple hours later. Really ain't nothing been going on, except I'll show you what I've been doing. That is still curing. I ain't even looked. I ain't touching that until, you know, at least 3 to 4 hours. I ain't touching it. But got this all cleaned out. And the carpet is horrible, but I'm not replacing it right now. So let me tell you what I'm gonna do. This that I vacuumed it all out, and now this is Arm & Hammer. It's this extra strength Arm & Hammer. This smell goods, you know, it'll work. And look at the back. I got my carpet in. I put some of the smell goods in it too. I'll vacuum out. But just cut that rug that I bought, and that's perfect. I'm leaving that open up there because, I mean, I'm not worried about that. I just wanted something for our stuff to sit on here. So yeah, I've got all that left. I'm gonna cut a little section to go on the back dash, and then I duct tape this seat, you know, to where all the holes are done, and then I think I'm going to get a black sheet and I'm going to throw over the top of this and then mount it. This is fine. I may put black sheet on it too. I'm not real sure. I did take them out. They are just shot. But these are the original Buick. See the triangle? These are the original Buick buckets. So I got a guy here close by that does real good work, and I'm going to restore those at some point to put back in this car. Let me show you what I've got, and as soon as I get them together, I'll be able to show you more. Yeah, these are Pro Car by Scat, and these are the 90 with a headrest. These are some serious seats. They're badass, and if they work real good, I'm probably going to put them in some of my other cars too, because I got seats in my other cars that are junk, and they are a little hefty. I think I paid with these and the actual mounts for a GMA body, which this is, Buick is, and it'll fit right on the bolts. I got the mounts, and I think it was right at, it's $840. I tried to get a deal through one of the companies to see if they'd help me out with it. They wouldn't do it, so Amazon I went. You know, if the auto companies ain't gonna help me, I'll just go to a company on Amazon. It was a car company, don't worry, but I got a good deal on them. A lot of percentage off. So I'm gonna let that sit for a while, that Arm & Hammer, and then I'm gonna start cutting this up to go into the back dash, and I'm gonna start putting this thing back together. It's hot. Feeling better, actually. I've been hard at it, cleaning, doing different things, you know, hooking things up. Boring shit, not a lot of cussing, just doing. Until I put this in. Pro Car by Scat. This is the 90 1300 series with the headrest. Yeah, they are fantastic seats. Mounting, however, was a lie. Actually, it's probably my fault. See, constructions tell you to have the adapter that's made for the car. Well, I figured that every A body was the same, so I bought the adapters for 67 Chevelle. I checked, and for a Skylark or a GS340 Grand Sport, it calls for the same thing. So I do have to drill 2 holes that aren't in the original mounting position, but I mean, it's not a big deal. It's just a, you know, you pay that much for something, you think it would just pop right in, but no, I still had to drill through my perfect floor, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm not gonna bitch and moan and complain too much. A little. See here, got that one and this one are in the original mounting position, but these were just short of there, and I could have just put another bracket on it maybe and come to here, but nah. Got that one in there. I had to put a spacer on it because it dropped down, because there's a pedestal right there, so it thought it was going there and it did not. So yeah, and these are side specific. This one's for the driver's side, the one's under that one's for the passenger side, but she's in there. She ain't going nowhere. Now these two are 5/16 bolts and these two are 3/8. Why? Because that's what I had. And there is a alternator spacer underneath this one that fit perfectly, and that side's got washers. But hey, that's as high as they'll go, and I swear they're damn perfect for this car. So I'm gonna stick this one in and we'll see how it turns out. And the carpet is awful. There's still glass in here, and eventually I'll probably change the carpet, but nah, not for now. I'll just cut some of that up and use it as a mat right here. Maybe, I don't know. And I did get the back dash on. I just cut me a piece of that carpet off right there, and I took spray adhesive and just sprayed it and laid it down on there, and I put in my Pioneer speakers. Aren't we white trashing in the 80s now, huh? Spoiled effing rotten. That's, I ain't gonna lie to you guys, they're comfortable compared to everything I'm used to. Wow. And I could lower them a couple more spots, but if I leave them where they are, it's comfortable for me or anybody my size. I'm 6'3", 220-ish, not lying. It's okay. It's not bad at all. Plus this way, Amber can drive it. You know, people shorter than me can drive it. That's as high as they go. That's everything in there. The seat belts work good in any position. I do need to vacuum more because, man, I'm still getting glass chips out of this. You know, as soon as I get back, this is getting new carpet. I just ain't gonna do it right now. I'm just gonna lay a piece across there, kind of have something, because I like driving barefoot once in a while. So I'm gonna check out that damn thing. I got this done, I got the back dash done. The seats are clean. Aiden did the seats. They look okay. I mean, that duct tape ain't gonna last for damn, but it's good enough for now. So I'll probably get that back in there to get it out of the, you know, make sure it's not outside overnight, because it's getting dark and I'm tired. I've been at it since 7 o'clock this morning, and that son of a bitch threw me way off. So I need to check that out. It's been about 5 hours, and it's, you know, it's hot out, so hopefully it went pretty quick. Plus the engine was a little warm. So we'll check in a bit. Behold the power of the JB motherfucking well. It worked. Unbelievable. Well, that's fixed, so now what? Well, good morning. I'm actually feeling really good today. I've already made a parts run, got everything I need. We're gonna take this Buick and finish it today. We got to get the rear seat back in it. We need to get some extra things cut, get the speakers mounted in place, which means Velcro in the carpet. That'll work. We need to make sure she runs good. I got a rear view mirror for it. We got all kinds of crap to do. We'll get in that trunk, make sure everything's secure, maybe put a little tack down so that stays. But the big thing is we got to get that transmission cross member in there. So I'm going to be doing this while we're working on him, because here in a week from last Saturday, there's our hometown downtown cruise night, and we want to reveal Artemis out there. He ain't been very far. He's only been up to the gas station and a few little places, so we'll let everybody take a good look at him, and I'll bring you along for that ride. But let's get to work on Bonnie. It's hot as hell in these GS340s. Let me show you what I got so far. Yeah, I gotta clean up my mess yet, but there she is. Those are Velcroed to the carpet I put in the back. Old school, just like we used to do it. Actually, no, we didn't do that. It would be whenever they just sat loose, and whenever you hit the brakes, they'd hit the guy or the girls in the back, and you know, it hit them in the back of the head. But those are actually Velcroed down to that carpet, so they ain't going anywhere. That is, I don't think that's the original seat. I think somebody had that recovered and that's what they used. I don't recognize it. Maybe I'm wrong. I never really did, you know, look at it a lot, but I cleaned all the windows, cleaned all the sides. You know, they had carpet on these sides just like they did these, and it's gone, thank God. It's hideous. But I cleaned it up as best I could. Might maybe try to get some new door cards for it, and the more I get into this interior, guys, the more I'm falling in love with it. I don't know if I'm going to put it in before we go to Duct Tape Drags, but I ordered carpet. I did. Because every time I kneel in this, I get glass shards in me. You cannot get them all out. So I ordered some. Take me 15-20 minutes to get it put in if I do decide, but that's, you know, neither here nor there. I'm not too worried about it. I got these things here. They're gonna go in, and I'm gonna try to save these as best I can. But as far as I'm concerned, back of car done. All right, got all that crap off the glass. So just use me some spray away and a razor blade. And that glass is like it's not even there. Hi, ain't that amazing? Wow. Got the back glass done, not the outside, the inside, but yeah. So now I start working a little bit on the motor stuff. Zeppy's getting ready to put in another round of flush, and I'll stick my finger in this so he don't. And then he's gonna pour that in there. Let's see how much he spills. Is he gonna spill? You can just turn her upside down in there, put the whole nozzle in there. There you go. Zeppy getting some camera time. He's back in school, so he don't get as much time doing this as he used to. There you go, y'all in? All right, now we can put some water in it. So he's gonna turn the faucet on and get that done. And oh, by the way, I did get a new alternator. This is the new belt. It's perfect. I gotta make sure I get extras to take with me, but this thing is shot. It still charges, it does everything it's supposed to do, but it's noisy, and look at that. It's the whole bearing moving, not just the fins. So, get this battery moved. I don't like where it's mounted. I want it out here, and I need to find a reservoir for these. Trying to get all the little things done before I jack her up and take out the transmission cross member. Yay, that ought to be fun. Actually, it should be pretty easy. So how's your day going? Because I can show you how mine's been going. Didn't turn the camera on for a bunch of stuff because I really am trying to get this thing done today. I'm not even damn close. Not even close. Let me show you what I've done so far. So, got the alternator off and getting ready to run to O'Reilly's because I got to get some wire for our 12-volt system in there for phones and blah, blah, blah. I'm going to run that directly to the battery. Maybe put it on a switch. Whatever. But, let me show you. And we got a new steering wheel set up. Why? Because the one that was on it was garbage. I tried to take it off. I was just going to make the horn button work, and then I went to try to take it so I could make it work, and nope. And the actual setup was discontinued. It's an old school setup that was in it, and there wasn't anything I could do about it, so I've been running back and forth to O'Reilly's and back. And that is not exactly the steering wheel I'd want in here, but it's kind of similar to the one that's in the Javelin, and it's soft and it feels pretty good. Plus it comes out a little further, so you can sit back further. Did get the speakers in. They're velcroed to the floor, one on each side. Tested her out. She sounds great. Got a new rear view mirror for it because that other one was broke. I tried to fix it. It ain't fixable. But other than that, that steering wheel took most of my time. But I'm getting down to the nitty-gritty, just a little wiring, and then that transmission cross member. And it's still early in the afternoon, late, early evening, whatever. So me and Zeppy's gonna run into town, get my alternator and get some wire. And we'll finish this sucker up. Finally, move the battery too. So that's as steady as that thing's gonna get. Steady enough. It's hot today. I've been drinking actually a lot of water, which is crazy. Oh, by the way, I also put a copper oil feed line to my gauge. Not a big deal. While I'm in here also, I'm gonna put a wire. I'm gonna have wires going everywhere. I'm gonna try to keep them straight, but I'm gonna hook up the voltmeter too, because I like having a voltmeter and not dummy line. So, all right. Me and Gravedigger Man here, we're gonna run off to O'Reilly's. We'll see you in a bit. It's salty out, you know? I mean, god dang. I haven't cut the hair, the bald spot showing through. It looks good with my missing tooth. But all the wiring is done. The only thing I gotta do is wire the lights in on the gauges. That ain't a big deal. I ain't worried about that. But I have it set up to where it's okay for now while we're testing and tuning, but should be good to go. Let me show you. I do have a couple of straight powers, and I ran it this way just because. This is for auxiliary, and again, I'm gonna do more with this. This is just temporary. It's a lot of red wires, I know, but I like red wire. I know where everything goes. I ain't worried about it. This is your auxiliary. This is ignition. So nothing's burning down. Kind of clean things up around here. Oh, I missed one. One zip tie in there on my copper line and right there. Okay, I'll get that in a minute. But I do have to zip tie up all my stereo wires, but looky there. Look at that. Auxiliary power. There we go. Now I got a way to charge phones, cameras, all that stuff. I may still put this on a switch down here where you can switch it right here. That way it ain't on. Right now, if you want to turn it off, you have to take the thing out of it. I may put a key switch, something like right there, so you can turn it off and on. But look, you got all that leg room. Nothing's in your way at all. So there we go. Oh, still got to put that damn cross member in. I've been working on Artemis too. Amber's been super busy in here. She put new rails in and painted all the railing and painted up there, but that's all she could get done today because the stuff she was using actually destroyed her brush. So yeah, he's ready for next weekend, I'm pretty sure. I had to do a temporary fix on the hole in the roof, but that'll hold just fine. That's the piece of metal I had on it the whole time. I just threw some sheet metal screws through it until we can figure out something better. Don't have time for all that. That's pretty thin metal up there where it's rusted. So Okay, look at this friggin' mess. This is what happens when you're scrambling. But she in here, besides except for the lights on the gauges that I'm gonna put in, she's good to go. Well, I think I'm done for the day. I did not get to the transmission cross member, but it's fine for now. Maybe I'll get to that next week. I have a cruise that we're going to do on Saturday with Bonnie and Artemis, and maybe Javi too, and maybe some friends will drive those, but I'll make sure I get that to you. But yeah, this thing's awesome. It's fantastic. It's like a totally new car on the inside. I mean, if you don't look up at the headliner, other than the dirty carpet, which I think I'm going to change that, but she's just running like a top. May have an exhaust leak I'm going to try to fix too while I'm under there doing that cross member, but wow. Wow, wow, wow. Bonnie is a new girl. Well, that's going to do it for this one, guys. Everything is ready to go, little odds and ends, and that transmission cross member. I might do a few more things, make another video on this. Maybe a little bit before I make another video. I got busy with other stuff, you know, trucking and whatnot. So anyway, I really appreciate you watching. Don't forget now, I got t-shirts available at Printify. Just look up Printify, type in Irish Outlaw Garage. There's Artemis shirts and there's our fancy logo, you know, that Amber made. So anyway, Bonnie and me, everybody in the family, thanks you for everything. Please like and subscribe, share with your neighbors and your friends. I got many, many more of these coming. Many more of these coming. Probably more than I need to deal with, but we're doing it. Take care, everybody. Peace.